Hey there, SpeedGaming. You in here interested in seeing some Super Metroid, the Randomizer? Because that's what we're bringing you. It's all part of the multi-category tournament 2022. We're into week 7, the final week of the Swiss portion, where we cut down the number of participants from, it was 84, I think, we started with. And then after this, we're going to have a good idea who's making it through to the playoffs. Playoffs are top 16. But in between that, we're going to see a big play-in race between a whole bunch of runners all at once. And that'll be fun to see. Not yet scheduled, but sometime next week. Unfortunately, this is just a 3-3 race. Skipsy and ptoil already confirmed not making it to that play-in race because it's 3 losses is kind of the line. So just playing for pride and honor. What are they playing? They're playing the week 7 settings of all the settings. And we're going to start with a random start. So who knows where they're starting? It's that randomized. So we're going to start by seeing which save room they get. There's also some extra save stations added around. And we're going to get wrecked ship. This is the one that has little crawlies on the screen. And when you look at that, that's a 5-item wrecked ship. Early divergence. Okay. You almost always want to check this E-tank item. I feel like most of the time it's morph, but it doesn't have to be. We've seen seeds where this isn't morph. But this is also a case of Varia tweaks where Fantoon's not dead, but we get to check this item. And then another change is this door is normally a pink door that Skipsy is going through. But as part of random start, it's turned to a blue door. So you don't need ammo to get through the doors right next to your start point. Okay, they both found Morph Ball. So off to a clean start for both of them. You saw Wreck Ship 5 went down to Wreck Ship 4. That is part of Countdown. It's a count of all the major items that they're going to be running into over the seed. And it's going to be grouped by area. This is the Wreck Ship area. The majors are everything on the tracker plus grapple and x-ray. So it's only the best quality items. And that means you're usually going to want to look around and find all those majors. But once you do get them all and the count goes to 0, then you know that you're safe to leave the area and go elsewhere. So we're going to get this water check. Got an early morph ball. And this is going to be our first piece of ammo. Power bombs are good to see. I kind of feel like missiles or supers as first miner is a little bit more comforting. Because there's a lot of pink and green doors that most of the time you don't think about. But power bombs are something you want, of course. And then they have the option of checking the item up above with a bit of a tricky wall jump. But with this number of majors, there's a decent chance that it could be an item there that you'd be interested in. But then it's also true that you want to come back to Wreck Ship as soon as possible. And then finally, they can't check spooky missiles because you need supers to get back into the Wreck Ship, and also can't make a go at the boss. And now we're just flying through transitions here. So that was an Upper North Fair. We got Criteria. Criteria with a 2. Yeah, I'd like to see them follow that, I think. 36 health, a little bit dangerous. You can farm the bugs up here. Like up above that door where Skipsy is right now. It's a good farming place for RBO. Like you typically see people refill their reserve tank up off these bugs. But criteria from this entrance, you can get 3 checks right away, and then go up the elevator and get a bunch more. But Red Tower, you can't do any checks here, but you do get 3 more area transitions. Being at the moat isn't all that useful even, because you don't have any missiles yet, and 1 power bomb pack doesn't get you all the way through the gauntlet. Hey, Varia. Blueprint star checks also a little bit more grouped together, so better chance of running into the majors. Then Skipsy with Super Pack can go to the right now. Most of the time when you see this part of the map, this Blueprint star part, the door to Beta Peebs and the ceiling E-Tank is going to be blue, but with random start, you're going to start somewhere else, and so they've set this door back to pink, like it is in vanilla. So ptoil gets the 230 check and Terminator up here. Running by at 230. He's gonna get the old Mother Brain check though, with those power bombs. Skipsy has just enough power bombs to get to Billy Mason out. Then won't have enough for old Mother Brain. Okay. Yeah, start running into a healthy number of supers and missiles. At least for this early on. Yeah, that power bomb was a little close to not clearing all the blocks. I tried to aim for the left side of the face, but gets all the way through, gets to the Varia suit, and still has enough for the Billy Mace checks. And then both of them are going to have to go up the elevator again. And then they both already know what's behind the blueprints or door transition, so... So I guess that means ptoil has a bit more information. But Skipsy is ahead in where they're going next. Yeah, it doesn't have power bombs, so can't check Old Mother Brain or 230. Blueprint Star takes... well, when you're on 5 power bombs, it's hard to do everything here. Another Varia tweak is going to be this Bomb Teresa fight. When they pick up the item, it's going to start the encounter. In other randomizer seeds, it starts when you have bombs that enter the room. But right now it's going to be a decision if you want the item and you want to take the fight. Just missile pack. So Skipsy kind of in position to decide right versus left for area transitions. Like Terminator versus Moat is 1 item each. And I feel like you don't want to stay past 1 more check looking for the other criteria major. Just because there's so many checks you can't do past those ones. But then ptoil is going to be inclined to go left, because they've already seen where the moat goes. And I think actually going past the moat takes you pretty close to a upper Norfair portal. Playing full area randomizer, and that means I have a heck of a time keeping track of the map. Only imagine how it is for chat. But full area randomizer, the entire map's going to be randomized. It's grouped into what are called areas, which are just blocks of connected rooms. And then the transitions towards other areas are going to be randomized. Yeah, we had a wreck ship start. Still 4 more items in wreck ship. So we're going to want to see them go back there. Red Brinstar has 2 majors. So you want to clear out all these checks too. There's only 5 spots in Red Brinstar. X-Ray is the tricky one, and also the slowest one. But if either of them know the X-Ray deboost, then this would be a good time to do it. With Varia and a couple E-tanks, it's pretty safe. ptoil is staying a little bit longer to check for this other major item. Can have a suit here in Criteria. Because they started in wreck ship, then like this landing site area is not considered right next to where you started. So we're allowing suits to be in this area. We know Skipsy is about to run into a major item here between the 3 checks over at Alpha Peeps. Gonna hit at least one. Super Pack's pretty big. You're happy to see that. Power Bomb's gonna enable Gauntlet for ptoil. And the major locations in Red Tower are going to be X-Ray and Beta Peebs. So ptoil going to stay here a little bit longer, but pretty likely to get the major item now. There's still 2 more locations in Criteria that they can't check. But odds say that it's going to be a Gauntlet. But a little bit more important what the randomization algorithm says for where the items are placed. And what do we got? Screw Attack. Screw Attack's really nice to see. Gonna speed up the Gauntlet if Skipsy ever decides they want to go back to that. It makes clearing out enemies much faster. So it's a great item for speeding up the run, especially when you get it this early. Could have stayed in Criteria, like go through Gauntlet, get the left side checks, but it seems like they wanted this elevator first. Because leaving right there would isolate the elevator kind of hard. And 1 item Upper Norfair. Upper Norfair is a really big region, so you don't really want to see 1 item there. But another part of being a big region is that it has a lot of miners, and miners are still something we're collecting right now. You don't like going through the whole seed on 5 power bombs. It can get you into trouble in a couple spots. So more power bombs would be nice. You need more supers for a Ridley fight. Gravity suit, huge. Totally worth the time of checking all these criteria locations. Just like that, we have both suits, 13 minutes. So that gives ptoil many options on how to play the suit. Right now, looking for ways to kill all the bosses when they first run into them. So that would be mostly supers for a Ridley fight, a touch more ammo for a Dragon fight, and then also maybe looking for ice/speed for this East Meridia location. And that'd be why they're not going to follow it. Supers at Crumble Tower are still pretty good right now. And that's our Torian location. You do like seeing Torian in a place like this, because it means you're not going to get dead-ended on some long path and have to turn around. So now you know you just need to come back here when you're ready to fight Mother Brain. But this looks like a trip over to the crabs of the surface, and gonna pick up their own screw attack. That's how I'm expecting this to play out for ptoil. And then Skipsy got the easy checks done now for Upper Norfair. Can see them going through to Bubble Mountain area. Still many more checks to do in this region. Of course, we get this croc escape. Don't see that check in too many other modes, but we're playing full item randomization. So the major items can be any location. And just going through that door, get a little peek, is a lot faster than going all the way around. And lets you know right away whether you want to pick it up or not. Power bombs. Nice to see. So we're going to see ptoil with the gravity suit advantage for probably a long time. But that doesn't automatically turn into like advantage. You have to like use it in a helpful way before Skipsy finds it themselves. But like right now, they're both checking areas and picking up miners, and that's something you can do whether you have suits or not. Right, so ptoil is going to be in Upper Norfair shortly, and probably just following behind. But I can't see ptoil skipping like the ice and Crumble Tower checks. Oh, actually, turning around. Maybe once the red Bringstar item. Because they know that it's just the two locations for it, so it's pretty fast to clear those out, like compared to an Upper Norfair. So we're going to continue seeing divergence. And then they did pop into West Meridia. and that'd be a place you could go through with the gravity suit. It is kind of slow to do, though, without any kind of movement item. So just gonna put that off for now. But it is a lot of area transitions. And when you're figuring out Go mode, you do need to know your area transitions. And there's our major. It's a grapple beam. So Skipsy not happy to see that. That's not going to be progression. And spent all this time just for an item they don't really need. But now that they're over here in the Bubble Mountain area, you can get the Lower North Fair Escape area transition check. And then we'll see if they take it or not, or continue checking areas here. ptoil did end up back in Upper North Fair. Yeah, take a trip through the volcano room. Don't see this too often. Bit curious with how ptoil wants to play the seed from here. Like if they're looking to do the quick checks here at Bubble Mountain, or if they're just running through Upper North Fair to get to the other area transitions. I imagine they still want a few more miners right now before making a decision on committing to charge or not. What did happen to Skipsy's screw attack? It appears to be off. Zero item croc, so you want to leave that. The door is going to be gray because it's area randomizer. So you can just look at the number, and then leave. And then with the countdown, you get to see the number, so you can immediately tell if doing the croc fight is worth your time or not. So it's a nice feeling to have found croc, which is one of those dead end areas, and know that you don't have to do it. Green Brinstar with 3 items. ptoil also wants quality of life major items. Both suits are kind of the go mode items. But then if you get high jump and speed and charge, ice, plasma, those are all going to speed you up. You're doubling back for the power bombs? Not the missile too, right? If there was some decision to go for ammo at this point, I could see picking up missiles. Space jump's a really nice item. It's great for movement. All the Meridia areas and also Lower North Fair, it helps a whole lot to have space jump. And then we know that this is an item at X-Ray, and that's a charge beam. I think I'm going to expect ptoil to get that, because you can know that X-Ray is a major item, and has a space jump to get there kind of fast. Mainly needs to find a good transition to get back to that area. Yep. Doing the early X-ray deboost, even with grapple, it's faster. At least at the first half. So now Skipsy with the charge advantage, ptoil with the gravity advantage. But they're both going to be checking for majors still. This right here could be Skipsy going to Gauntlet. That's the play we want to see him make. Gravity in the back of Gauntlet. Has the extra power bomb pack to do it. So we had Wreck Ship start. They've seen the back of East Meridia. Hey, Plasma. Nice to see you. We've not seen Kraid's Lair, and I don't think we've seen Lower Norfair either. And we have seen Torian. So for areas, we're looking for Kraid and Lower Norfair. Hey, there's X-Ray. 2 pieces of the puzzle. In the impossible room. It's like lasers and a scope to see lasers. In the impossible room. But that's it for Green Burnstar. So just gonna take a nice quick exit out through this bottom door, through Green Hills. Finds Lower Norfair, that's a good one. And we know that it's safe to go all the way through. Okay, so there's your gravity suit Skipsy. You're gonna be happy to see that. Plasma was in a spot where you can just happen to run into it. So there's a good chance they get Plasma. As long as Skipsy still has a reason to run through Green Burnstar to get to the other area transitions. Then they'd be set for damage. So for Skipsy Go mode, we're looking for Ice, Speed, or Dragon. The bosses are going to be shuffled, and once you kill Dragon, that's going to open up a back door to the Dragon Vanilla location. There's Artorian. Over at the mushrooms. So now they both know. And a refresher for all of us here. It's fine not to check Screw Attack or GT right now, for both of them. They already have both suits. It helps if they know the Crystal Flash clip to bot him. It's not all that likely that like Ice or Speed is back there, and Dragon's Vanilla, and Dragon blocks the other Ice or Speed. So it seems pretty safe to make that scope. But there are 2 items in Lower Norfair. 1 item in East Meridia. I wonder what Skipsy's up to. It doesn't have power bombs for Crystal Flash, so just running through. Pretty good chance of Sandpits having power bombs, if they want to go for that Crystal Flash clip. But currently don't have enough. And it is going to bring them to the area transition. That's going to be at the Aqueduct door. ptoil could do microwave on the metal pirates. You don't have to do a charge shot to hit them. And wave plasma is pretty good damage. It would be 200, I believe. No, it's more than that. It's 250. And then you can microwave that. But like this could be a Ridley fight right now, and they're gonna want to bring up their super count in preparation for that. So just thinking that microwave could have saved a bit of time by skipping this farm. On the other side, we're getting a snail clip. It doesn't have high jump, so this is really precise. Kind of what you're looking for is for the snail, part of the snail's leg to line up with the lines on the pipe. There's also like a white pixel on the shell you can use. It's a Dragon at Lower Norfair, so they're not required to find ice or speed. And farming up the supers is still going to help with the Dragon fight, since this is going to be an ammo kill. The Dragon can be a slow fight if you don't come in with enough ammo. Yeah, snail clip, not in logic. Maybe someday, but not currently in logic. So it's not going to be speed up here, but that's the only thing that this tells us. Again, it's very precise. At ptoil. Getting gooped, but it's on the right side pattern, so not getting grabbed too. So able to end the fight right there, even while getting gooped. And Spazer. So that's super unlucky for Skipsy, if they were hoping to find majors here. The East Meridian Major is at the Dragon location, down in Lower Norfair. But again, I'm not in the know on what Skipsy's plan is right now. Whether it's to follow this transition, or if it was to look for like powerbomb packs and then do the Batoon clip. But we're in West Meridian now. West Meridian with the big 0. So I'm gonna run right through here. We're down to the crab hole. Should probably farm the crabs on the way through, actually. Grapple beam is a great item for farming crabs. Also has screw attack. But I don't like the look of that one power bomb. It does realize, and it's gonna raise it a little bit. Can grab that with a grapple beam. So much utility for a grapple beam in one room. I've never seen that level of usefulness for grappling. Oh, did I miss ptoil? X-ray climbing to save a power bomb. Was that the funny jump kind, or the actual wait for the blocks and then true X-ray climb kind? Hey, there's morph bombs. Morph bombs probably not worth. They're good for saving power bombs, but I already did Lower Norfair. That's one of the places where you'd want to like worry about power bombs and then have to refill after. Yeah, Does even want more power bombs. Last time at GT, we're not super interested in majors right now. Ptoil does want Charge Beam, but is able to finish the seed without it. I'm still kind of expecting them to run into Charge. It's over at the X-ray location in Red Tower, and he knows that that location is a major. Just needs to find a transition that leads him back there. And yeah, we're seeing Kraid's lair here on the other side of Lorne Orfair. But they both have good items for getting through Lorne Orfair all the way and back. So happy to see Kraid here. Kraid at Kraid. So we got Dragon at Ridley, Kraid at Kraid. And then two more unknown. Skipsy about to run into Plasma Beam in a second. And that'll be all the damage they need to finish the seed. It doesn't need to worry about picking up supers after this. Oh, and also popping into Mission Impossible for the microwave beam. The scope part. These bomb blocks are actually shot blocks in Randomizer as soft lock prevention. So don't need to power bomb that anymore. But otherwise, just running right through. And this is the Lorne Orfair, right? Right. So Skipsy is wanting to go through Lorne Orfair. It's going to have the Lorne Orfair boss, and then also the Kraid lair boss. But coming down here first to check the area transition. Information being power. And back of wreck ship. Okay, so you definitely go through Lorne Orfair if you're Skipsy. ptoil has to go back through. Oh, gonna skip the Mickey Mouse location. I'm not sure if that was intended. I might have already checked it, actually. Like, once you enter here, you're not really expecting to have to come back through again. But in this case, Kraid's lair was at the end. If you know in advance that you have to come back through this way, then you could leave Mickey Mouse till after. And high five on the elevator. Slap. What kind of item difference do we have right now? So Skipsy has charge, grapple, needs plasma lit up. Then ptoil has wave. Yep. ptoil gonna check this transition down here. The map's not filled in, so they haven't been this way yet. Skipsy actually checking screw attack. So we're gonna find out what the last item is. Unless it's at Ridley. Or it wasn't at screw attack, right? I missed the item. Yeah, so Ridley with the item. Ptoil coming back to Wreck Ship. Wreck Ship does have the 4 items, but then we ended up finding like the necessary items elsewhere. So these majors, not all that important, but still a high chance of finding like ice and speed here. And then Ptoil doesn't know about Charge Beam, so actually pretty likely to full clear Wreck Ship looking for that. So that would be a way that finding Charge earlier would benefit Skipsy. Yeah, these pirates and these flames still do a bunch of damage in Lorne Warfare, even if you have both suits. I think this is an E-tank. And that'd be nice. Yeah, take that E-tank, get the full health refill. And then we got Fantoon in Wreck Ship. So actually could have got these items pretty early on. But we're forced to leave. Because they didn't... They start here, but the game doesn't give you supers and power bombs as soon as you start the seed. Vanilla Crave, Vanilla Fantoon. So we're just seeing a Ridley and Dragon swap. And this is going to bring Ptoil up to 3 bosses. To Skipsy 0. 40 minutes in, no bosses down is not the position you want to be in. But it does have a good item set for finishing the seed. Really has to work on those boss kills. But he's doing what he can. This is the way to the Ridley fight. Today known as Dragon. And there's the wave beam. Wave adds a lot of damage to the beam. 450 charge shot becomes 750. Much damage. Much bigger damage. These 2 super locations are pretty fast in Wreck Ship, so good checks. But we're really wondering how much of Wreck Ship Ptoil is going to be clearing out. They do need ammo or charge to finish the seed. Side jump. And we're expecting to see good quality majors here in Wreck Ship too. I think Spring Ball is the weakest one that could be here. And then there's still 2 more. Actually, what could be here? We've seen Spazer, Bombs, and Grapple, and Charge. So it could still be Ice, Speed, and Spring Ball, right? So doing this for Ice and Speed seems pretty good. I didn't see if he checked the E-tank location on the way in. But... oh, that's Morph Ball, right? They've both already gotten that. This was a Wreck Ship start. Yeah, I hope he didn't check the E-tank location again. That is a spot. You can forget that you checked it early on. Yeah, there's speed booster. With speed, that's going to open up the reserve location. Pretty sure ptoil is looking specifically for charge, though. And that's the one item that's not here. But after this, let's see. Upper Norfair had grapple beam. Oh, there's ice. Locked by speed. How about that? So ptoil's knowledge is going to be after this top of wreck ship clear. They're going to know that Red Tower has one major at X-ray, and Upper Norfair has a major somewhere. And between those two is Charge Beam. But also, they're at 40-50, and that's pretty close to enough ammo. Gonna get 2 more minor packs on the way out. One at Gravity Missile and one at Gravity. So, may not even need charge after this. 40-60 is the ammo you want for finishing the seed, as in the minimum. Skipsy doing dark rims. Like a pro. Yeah, Skipsy actually only looking for quality of life majors. Already has that charge beam. So it's going to be able to skip a lot of checks. It's just pretty far behind on the boss count, so... Just has to make up that time by going real fast. Yeah, this is Skipsy running to Kraid's Lair. Always feels good to find Kraid's Lair, because that's one of the entrances that can be hidden. And you also need to find it before some of the other ones to finish the seed. Plus gets you the boss kill. And with boss shuffle, it couldn't unlock major items in other areas. But that's not super important right now. So ptoil got ice, speed, and spring ball out of wreck ship. Probably happy with how that went, even without charge. It's gonna feel nice to go through the rest of the seed. I think high jump was also in wreck ship. So just a lot of really good items in that trip. And making the X-ray check. They know that X-ray has a major item because they've done all the other checks in this area. And this is going to be charge beam. There it is. Full beam combo. Yeah, one way to play Countdown is to just pick up all the major items. Because there's not really that many of them. It's about 16. And you definitely get all the movement items. You get charge beam. And you're already going to be checking at least half those locations anyway. For suits and other progression. The aqueduct is top of West Meridia. Yes, Ridley is the Dragon boss. So we're looking for East Meridia on ptoil side. Skipsy has to run back out through the front of Lorne Orfair. Skipsy being a little bit safe on this trip. With the items that he has, doesn't really need to worry too much. Like space jump, screw, gravity, makes this pretty fast, safe. So when you're missing gravity, that you gotta watch your health doing reverse amphitheater. And then if you don't have Varia, then it's almost impossible. This is the back entrance of East Meridia, on ptoil side. Dragon's down, so we're gonna see Cack Alley. This gray door is turned blinky, and so just gonna go right through. Take a little shortcut to the boss room. This is the route they decided to get to the Dragon boss location. I'm not sure if they've seen the front of East Meridia, or maybe it was just in looking at their knowledge of the map, this was a faster route. In Area Randomizer, the runners have to build a map, usually using a tracker, like of how all the areas are randomized. And then on top of that, you need to estimate how long it takes to follow each transition to get where you want to go. That's not an easy thing to do. I think everyone makes mistakes in estimating how long a particular path takes. So Skipsy going through Wreck Ship. Run to Fantoon. I can see a high jump pickup, but I don't think you pick up the other two, or the other three items here. A bit of a case of Skipsy might have seen all the other majors in the game, so maybe wants the ice beam and speed. But that comes back to being an estimation problem, whether digging out ice and speed is worth the time it takes to find them. I feel like you always check left side supers with this many majors here, this many good majors in ship. That ptoil with another boss down. Torian is in the mushrooms of Criteria. So I think ptoil just goes up this elevator here, and it's pretty much at the Torian door. That's gonna make for a nice route through the seed. Then also has really all the quality majors that you could ever want. Oh no, the big fall of shame. So here's that microwave for Skipsy. Get the easy one round Fantoon. Always going to save time over doing Fantoon a different way. You come back with the microwave. Yeah, 53-minute entry. All the items for a fast Torian. So this can be about an hour finish. That's a great time for a week 7 seed. These settings are super volatile. But ptoil just picked a great route through the seed. And then the seed also gave him both suits really early. So wasn't really blocked by anything. Could always be making progress. Skipsy did miss out on gravity. Right. I think I'm getting my players right. ptoil was the one who missed charge, and Skipsy missed gravity for a while. And then also Skipsy made that long trip through East Meridia, and it took some time to go for snail clip that didn't pay off. That just ended up being a big time loss. And then this endgame routing, it looks like Skipsy has been doing the exact same thing ever since they found Green Brinstar. So it's just been an entire Lower Norfair plus Kraidslayer behind. But then got some of that time back by not doing the wreck ship full clear. But that just means their Torian is going to be a bit slower now too. And yeah, Skipsy actually just did that one check for high jump unlocked. Yeah, ptoil was almost in a good position to make the jump. And then the follow-up, the baby, was almost touching him, so I had to correct it. It does end up getting the baby skip. Oh, okay, we're just gonna see a speed sped Zeb skip attempt. Gets it easily. I know I struggle with that type of skip. I'd be going for a spring ball skip. Yeah, so this match is part of a Swiss portion of the tournament where we have 7 weeks of matches. Every week, winners are paired against winners, losers against losers, and as week 7 match, the runners are at a score of 3 wins, 3 losses each, and that means they are as close together as a challenge can make them, as equal as they can be. And at the end of the race here, we're just seeing ptoil pull it out. Just ending up a good bit ahead, already into the mother brain fight. And likely going to take the win here. Is going to do the stand-up glitch. Can get spooky. Let's see if any kind of soft lock happens. You have X-ray to get out. Okay, there it is. There's the X-ray fix. So, good demonstration. When you're that close, you get stuck in the floor. So, Mother Brain's gonna get up and then kick you. Most of the time you get knocked back, but occasionally you don't. And if you don't, then it's a soft lock. I think you die, actually. There's also positions where the baby can't get hit, and then that's a soft lock. And then there's ways when shooting this beam that the game slows down like infinitely so. Yeah, another good demonstration. Thanks for showing off the soft blocks, ptoil. You fixed that one by holding select. Something about item cancel just fixes it. Also switching to X-ray would fix it. But now we're into the final escape. Again, all the good items, so we're gonna see a blue bomber here, since it's slightly faster. Excellent. And this is only faster when you have screw attack, because you can just screw through the pirates here too. Oh no. After all that setup, just kick the door too. So let's do a bit of a short charge here to get the final spark. Miss the short charge. They're always finicky. There you go. Was close to sub-hour, but not gonna get there. Still excellent time for the seed. Like, I'd call a 110 a great time for the seed. This is 1 hour. But with that, ptoil gonna take the win, and gonna end this part of the tournament on 4-3. GG. There's Skipsy, probably noticing the race room that ptoil finished. Yep, throwing that GG into race time chat. But already at Torian, so just gonna finish it up. Now we get to see the alternate way to do Metroid rooms. Skipsy did not do wreck ship or ice or speed, so we're gonna see power bombs. It does have the 15 power bombs. That's the number you want, so you don't have to refill. We're still on credits music, so ptoil hasn't been marked finished. There we go. Skipsy's sound seems really quiet. I tend to like marking the runner-up done early as well. We don't really need to sit around for this Torian finish. More time efficient to get both at once. Unfortunately, no baby skip for Skipsy. It's harder without speed booster, but a lot of people have been learning the high jump only baby skip more recently now, as well as other variations. Simo. Hey, ptoil. GG.
Hey,
And
G.
there's Skipsy too. The GG.
Hey. GG's. That was.
Yeah, that's a great finish time, ptoil. You ran a good race here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think the seed felt pretty nice. I mean, getting both suits early was definitely a really nice start.
Yeah, for sure. As far as the race went, we saw that Skipsy had the charge beam early, then ptoil had gravity early. Skipsy kind of wasn't on the good route. I guess how I want to put it. And so ptoil was just ahead to like Green Brinstar and Lorne Orfair, and then just held that lead for the last however long it took to fight all the bosses.
I think the biggest time loss was going through East Meridia twice. That was pretty bad, I think. Like if we compare routes, I don't know how long it takes to go through East Meridia, but back then when I first went through, I had like no items at all, no space jump, and pretty sure I had no space jump. And yeah, that took forever. So it's like even Peter also playing a lot better than me.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what the idea was with the East Meridia play. Whether you're looking for the major or power bombs for Crystal Flash, or just the front entrance of East Meridia.
I wanted to check the front entrance for Meridia because there was still the option for Crate. Like Crate could have been a possibility, but I would have probably been soft blocked then. Would I? Probably yes. So that couldn't have been. But that was my idea, that I still had entrances and that I could have checked that, and there was a high probability that it would lead to Green Brinster at that point.
Right. And Green Brinstar is an entrance you wanted to find, and also seemed pretty important in this one, leading towards Lorne Orfair and then Kraid.
It
I think
felt like
after.
the right decision. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't want to leave because I got so late to finding gravity and just arrived there at the left side of Criteria, and I didn't want to go all through Criteria again to find something else. So it felt like a good decision to maybe find a major there and maybe do the boss, but then I didn't have killed Dragon yet, so I couldn't enter there, so I had to re-enter at some point.
Yeah, it was actually about when you were doing the snail clip that ptoil saw the one East Meridia major after killing Dragon.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
in there.
Yeah, the snake got me. I'm not sure. Sometimes it works first try, and sometimes especially when I'm nervous in these high-stake races, then I'm failed all the time, and I just start abandoning it.
Yeah, same. It's easier with high jump or even X-ray, but didn't have either of those. Did end up finding high jump. Ice and speed were both in wreck ship. Then ptoil cleared out those, looking for a charge beam. It looked like.
Yeah.
The charge beam felt in logic early because we somehow got grapple, and that I knew that there was still a major left in Red Brinster. So I felt like that could have been progression, so I was tempted to go there.
I never found grapple, but once I found space jump, I was thinking in the back of my head I really wanted to go back to Red Bryn, but it just never came up again until the end.
Grapple was in Upper Norfair. I cleared a lot of Upper Norfair going for that major item.
My thought, I think, at the beginning, after getting both suits, I really wanted to find a boss because at the beginning we started a wreck ship and I saw there were 4 items there. So I really wanted to find Fantoon and get back there to try to get those majors because there's a lot there. Very saturated area.
Yeah, and then funnily enough, it was Vanilla Fantoon, and you didn't get back
Yeah.
there until really late.
Yeah, Vanilla Fantoon is always great. I like going for that play. I wish I could have done it myself too, and then we would have had a closer race. But yeah, it didn't cross my mind, sadly.
But with that, this is week 7, so the last week of the tournament for you guys. How have you enjoyed it and all these wonky settings?
I've had a blast. I think area rando's really fun. Just adds a whole another layer of depth to the seeds. Makes it more interesting.
Me too. I like it a lot. Like, this was my first exposure to area randomizer, and at first it was pretty scary trying to find out stuff. But when I got into it, I had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next time this is tournament and it's implemented.
Yep, for sure. Like these settings here to add those layers of difficulty and randomization for the more experienced runners. But they're also totally fun to play in their own right. So glad that you enjoyed it. Also get to just experience what the Varia Randomizer can offer. Countdown being the newest thing.
It's a lot of fun to play and a lot of fun to get into. So I can only recommend it to everyone who's like watching and is having fun watching. So try it yourself. It's fun. I promise.
Something we haven't been doing a whole lot is like linking to the actual randomizer site. Even though all these seeds are rolled with Varia Randomizer. So there, I'll put a link in chat. And then we also saw Skipsy with an official finish of 1:10:07. As the stream catches up on the delay that the runners are running on. But any closing comments from either of you?
Just GG.
GG's for me too. That's an amazing time. Like, I probably need to watch and see how the major decisions panned out and improve myself. Also, check out a few strats probably. Thanks for the race.
Yeah,
And
thanks for
restreaming.
commenting and restreaming. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure thing. Thanks to both of you for putting on this great race. And yeah, both of you, great finish times. You're saying 1:10 is great, and then ptoil here with the 1 hour. So you both played this really well. We're all excited to see this race. But now that this is over, we can look to the future. We have the infamous Nevdi versus the World race coming up, where the world is going to send out Zeb to try to take a game off of Nevdi. And we'll see if Nevdi can hold out and stay undefeated. That'll be at 9:10 on SpeedGaming main. So definitely want to watch that race. And then also another game at 10:10 after that. But with that, we're going to be done here. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to Exact Science for handling the track here, the tracking for me. And that'll be it from us. See ya.
Yeah, bye.